Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
So talk to me.
Okay, Roy Jones Jr.
Still beat more world champions than Roy Jones. And Roy Jones, and I take my hat off to Roy Jones. But did you know, see, I always said this, Roy Jones, love Roy Jones. Roy Jones and Muhammad Ali is the same fighter. Their defense is their legs. When they was young, and at the top of their game, they could move.
Right.
Once their legs went away, then they sat and done a rope-a-dope.
Right.
Whereas that's why the Mayweather defense, and I don't want to hear nobody call it the Philly shell. It's the Mayweather defense. Because like I said before, I mastered it. Once you master it, it's mine now.
Let me ask you something, Floyd. Let me ask you something, Roy.
Don't ever call me that again. I'll quit your show, you call me that again.
My bad. No, because we keep talking about
Don't ever
Floyd.
call me that again. Ever in your life.
I wasn't
Man, you're going to fall out.
Wow, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Man, listen. These two old boys, man, Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather, is going back and forth. I love to see the older cats, the cats who basically already had the fight, already showed who they were, come back and trash talk each other. Will this fantasy fight ever happen? If it do, I don't know if I would be impressed because of what I've seen in both fighters in their glory years. I think Roy Jones Jr. was one of the most explosive fighters when it came to strength and being fast and his technique. I ain't really see that type of dog in Mayweather. But when I look at Mayweather and his defense mechanism, I never seen that in Roy Jones. The way he does what he do to stay out of the situations he stayed out of in his glory years, in the latter years, the way he was early on when he had that dog in him, and he was pretty much just a brute when it come down to his earlier fights. And I know a lot of times people just don't even talk about those early fights, but when I look at them, they both did what they did in their time. You see the clip I just showed about Shannon Sharp and Floyd Mayweather was going back and forth about Roy Jones, and you've seen Roy Jones clap at Floyd here lately, but do I feel like Roy Jones and Muhammad Ali are the same fighter? No, man. I think nobody's comparable for me because of my age to Muhammad Ali. The way he was and what he done as far as him being a all-around culture guy who didn't, stood up for our people like he did. I could never compare. Now, boxing styles, still, the tenacity of Muhammad Ali, the way he came back, fought and came back and was able to, restabilize his career after going through a whole, thing where he was shut down for years, because he didn't go to the military and all that. I think you can't compare him. Not when it come down to what he came back and what he done. When I think about it, these guys, man, like I said, when you got two old dogs and these dogs pretty much they've been fighting ever since they was just kids, man, both of them. Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather, two different weight classes. Roy Jones was able to do things that a lot of people don't give him the credit for, the way he went up in his body, the way he would basically go up in his weight sizes, weight classes, and just keep on, winning and being phenomenal in every class that he touched. Nobody done that like him. Now, this Floyd Mayweather is a different type of dude, though. Let's just talk about that for a second. He's a different type of dude because he never lost a fight. And everybody gets upset because of his non-blemishes on his record. I remember when Mike Tyson was upset. And Mike Tyson was like, you're just a little boy, when he said something about Muhammad Ali. And I think people got upset because of the way Mayweather kept doing what he was doing, keeping the blemishes off his records. You hear people say, oh, but he lost one way back. I hear you. But when you look at Mayweather and what he done and what he was able to do for as not only a boxer, but an entrepreneur, and the way that he was able to scale in finances and the way he didn't get screwed over in his finances, I started engulfing all of this stuff into their boxing lives, right? That's what I do. I know you want to just talk boxing, but this guy was an entrepreneur, by far, one of the dopest ones we probably ever seen in our time. And he was able to not only sustain his career, but he was able to capitalize off of it. And basically now he's reaping the benefits of it more than anybody else that you ever even seen. Nobody was able to get the financial part straight. A lot of time rappers are like that. You can't get the financial part straight. You got somebody behind the scene doing all the stuff for you. Well, Floyd Mayweather was a different type of beast. He was able to do this stuff entrepreneurially to where he was able to keep and sustain his finances, as you can see in the way that he lives. None of those guys are able to live on the level that he was living in, or that he is living right now, because he was financially one of the most dopest guys that you ever want to see when it comes down to keeping his financial stability. He putting his fights together, not being taken advantage of by the industry. And a lot of people, just because of the way he did that, I think a lot of time that hurt people. I think that they feel a way about that, and that's the jealousy part, you know. But now, I ain't saying that on Roy's part, but I am saying Roy Jones Jr. did not like to disrespect the way that when you look at Floyd watching old fights, man, him and Tolliver, these guys, man, they, you know, you can so much joke about these guys, right? You can pull up the old footages and watch them get knocked out. Like Floyd pulls up his old footage and watch Roy get knocked out. Okay, and that's fine. But Roy can't pull up the old footage really and show Floyd Mayweather getting knocked out. And I think that's an advantage that Floyd carries over with him. So these are the things that you see now that the internet is here. You never seen Muhammad Ali and George Foreman going back and forth on the internet. You seen them do a press conference before a fight, maybe a few words, and they hang out together and take a few pictures and do a little standoff. This internet has made things to where you can revamp your career through the internet. So when you see a lot of these guys doing this stuff, it's stuff that they normally may say, but now it takes a little bit more oomph to it, because now when you say it, it goes crazy. People everywhere start, you know, talking about it. Mayweather starts to come out and speak. Then you got Roy, he's doing podcasts now and talking about it. Shout out to these guys, man. I just, you know, they keep the internet saucy. You know what I'm saying? They keep the internet saucy. So I definitely like seeing the back and forth between the old fighters. But will there be a fight? In my honest opinion, I don't think so. I think it's just something where they sticking their chests out. I think it's all hypotheticals, and I think it's all pretty much reminiscence of the old life they had and what they did when they were younger. And I just like to see the old dudes talk. I mean, I talk about my old days in the streets. That's the same thing these guys doing, man. So don't get too hyped up behind it. Don't be getting into arguments about it unless it's just on the cool, because these dudes, I don't see them fight. Maybe if they do, it's rigged. Like I remember OG Pyro told me basically that Mike Tyson couldn't beat that boy, Luke Paul, whoever that boy was, the little white guy, years before they fought. A year at least before they fought. He said they would never let him win because of because of who Jake Paul, I think, who he was, and I agree. I didn't agree with him when he said it, because I was like, Mike Tyson ain't gonna let that white boy beat him and all this experience. But that's the hype. That's where you get caught up in the hype. And sure enough, Tyson ended up losing that fight in a decision and walking away with a bag of money. So if this thing happened, it'll be about a bag of money. Maybe they get, but both of them, I'm gonna tell you right now, Floyd don't seem to need no money that bad. And Roy, see, I was in the same hotel with Roy in New York. He don't seem to need no bread like that either. I think I don't know they like what they got going personally, but I don't know if they come out here and do this for the people just for the hell of it. And Roy, is he willing to drop down and wait like that at this age? I don't know. Guys, get in the comments. Do y'all think this is a good back and forth? I just wanted to come on here and really state my opinion, because I seen Roy do this interview and he kind of clapped back, and I think that's the part what throws you off, because you really be excited about these interviews, and you thinking it's going to happen. So you be like, wow, we going to get to see this. But I don't know. You know, I don't think so. I think it's just the hype. I think you'll see Floyd come back on the live and say a few things. And I just don't know if it's going to happen. Guys, get in the comments and let me know if y'all think it's going to happen. I'm really thrown off by the fact that both of these dudes are dope, and I've been watching all of them. Love Floyd Mayweather, love Roy Jones Jr., was a big fan of Muhammad Ali. Of course, y'all already know that. Don't compare Muhammad to nobody. I think that's what I say about that. But, man, listen. Floyd Mayweather don't have no blemishes on his career at all. He walked away with a bag of money like nobody else ever did in boxing. Think about that for a second. And he's still flossing and flexing on people every day. Shout out to Bubba Dub, who said he just left his crib and he's still flexing, man. So he's Floyd Money Mayweather, the money team. So guys, get in the comments. Let me know, do y'all think this fight gonna happen, or you think these old boys just doing some barking and they bark is a little bit louder than they bite? Get in the comments and let us know what you think, because it matters. Also, make sure you go download bosstalk101.app. You got about 13 days left, 14 days in the month of July. So if you want the app, you get the app, download it, pay the $7.99. We send you a free t-shirt all month of July. And I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing that. It might be a thing I just regularly do. Whoever signs up always gets a t-shirt. Let me know in the comments if that's what you guys think. I've been seeing you guys been getting your t-shirts. Send me the pictures so we can floss on them in the app on the news store. We got a news section in there where everybody's seeing it. And thanks for everybody that keep reading those articles, because all my people that work for me, they all work so hard on those articles. And so make sure you guys are reading the articles, and we're going to push it up the algorithm. It's going to take us a little time. But if you go in that world, in that app, you're going to see these articles. We're writing on everything and everybody from a Southern perspective, but a lot of those people that work for me on different coasts. So get in there, look at the articles, man, and you guys, you're going to be utterly amazed at what's going on with Boss Talk 101. But again, if you're still watching me, guys, make sure you right here. You should see it right here now. If you don't, then YouTube messing up. But right here, you should see Groves and Susan Hutton. Susan Hutton been charged. They're trying to arrest her. They're gonna lock her up. Look right here. Boss Talk 101 reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He, the reason you see me.